Wizards of Waverly Place puts the spotlight on the Russo family, a complex group of wizards and mortals who have a unique relationship with magic compared to most other wizards and witches. The show first began airing on the Disney Channel in 2007, and it saw the main character, Alex Russo, played by Selena Gomez, grow from a young and inexperienced witch into a powerful and knowledgeable hero who was able to win the right to keep her powers. Within the world of magic set up in the show, children and teenagers are able to wield magic when they are young, but once they reach maturity, the family magic needs to be granted to just one child in order to make them a full witch or wizard. But, when it comes to the Russos, their magic heritage gets complicated, as Jerry initially had the family powers, but later passed them to his brother, Kelbo. This is then further complicated with the introduction of Justin's family in the spin-off, Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, but it's worth taking a closer look at the Russo family tree. Ignatius Russo. Great-grandfather of Hank Russo, great-great-grandfather of Jerry, Kelbo, and Megan Russo. Ignatius Russo is the oldest relative of the Russo family referenced in Wizards of Waverly Place. The great and famous magical ancestor of the Russo kids, and the great-great-grandfather to Jerry Russo. He became famous due to his writing of the first ever joke book about giants. Very little is known about Ignatius otherwise, but the Russo magic clearly came down through his line of descendants. Hank Russo, Brendan Bradley. Great-grandson of Ignatius Russo, father of Jerry, Kelbo, and Megan Russo, husband of Rose Russo. Hank Russo, played by Brendan Bradley, in Wizards of Waverly Place. Hank Russo is an important part of the Russo family, despite only appearing in one episode. When the Russo kids, Justin, Alex and Max travel back in time to 1957 to warn their grandfather about a real estate investor who wants to buy his land, which could have a serious impact on the future. Hank was the original owner of the sandwich shop, and at an undisclosed point in his life, he worked as a rodeo clown. However, whether he is still alive when Wizards of Waverly Place is set is unclear. Rose Russo, wife of Hank Russo, mother of Jerry, Kelbo, and Megan Russo, grandmother of Justin, Alex, and Max Russo. Alex dressed in her costume t-shirt next to Justin as a skeleton in the Wizards of Waverly Place episode Halloween, 2. Rose Russo is never seen on the show, as the character is only ever mentioned. However, it is revealed that Rose Russo was also an active sorcerer who retained her family's powers. Despite having two magical parents, her children, Jerry, Kelbo, and Megan needed to compete in order to win the right to carry on the family magic. Initially, Jerry won the competition, but he later passed his powers over to his brother Kelbo. Magdalena Belita Moreno. Mother of Teresa Russo, mother-in-law of Jerry Russo, grandmother of Justin, Alex, and Max Russo. Magdalena in Wizards of Waverly Place. Magdalena is the maternal grandmother of Justin, Alex, and Max Russo. She appeared in one episode of Wizards of Waverly Place to celebrate Alex's quinceañera, celebrating their Latino heritage. She is also a mortal, and has no idea about magic. Jerry Russo, David DeLuise. Husband of Teresa Russo, father of Justin, Alex, and Max Russo, grandfather of Roman and Milo Russo. Jerry Russo was a gifted wizard who won the family competition to keep his powers. However, due to the fact that mortals were not allowed to keep their magic if they married a mortal, when he married Teresa Russo, he had to give up his powers, which he passed on to his brother, Kelbo. However, as the only Russo child to have kids, his children developed powers, and under Jerry's careful training, they learned how to prepare for the competition themselves. Kelbo Russo, Jeff Garlin. Son of Hank and Rose Russo, brother of Jerry and Megan Russo, uncle of Justin, Alex, and Max Russo. Jeff Garlin as Kelbo Russo in Wizards of Waverly Place. Kelbo may have been the least talented wizard in his family, but when Jerry had to give up his powers, he chose to pass them to his brother because Kelbo was severely lacking any skills outside of magic. Kelbo uses his magic in fun and unserious ways, which makes him someone that his nephews and niece enjoy hanging out with.